Okay. Probably gonna want to have a walkthrough for case 5 because I know there is some shit coming up that's really spicy. Let's see. I think we're on the final day now. We're on the final bit of trial. Rage, hello. How's it going? What's been happening with you? Okay, yeah.
Wow!
Wow.
Kisses 67.
How is it going? Sure. Thank you so much for the for the 7 months, sure. Damn, you went from 6 to 7. How is it going? Oh, Rage is the one who gets first. Rage is the first master around here. I did see you got that. Big GG's, Rage. Yeah, did you do that legit? It sounds like you did. Oh my god, that's crazy working. Hello, Gabby. I do hope you're well. Thank you for checking in. I'm doing well. It's really like hot and sweaty here, so not good. We're gonna just move on with this as fast as we can. It'd be really nice if we can get this. I don't think we'll get this game done in 2 hours. So by today's donut stream or today's lunch stream and tomorrow's it'd be 2 hours. I don't know if we'll get this done in 2 hours. This trial is very, very long. Because there's a lot of shit that goes on in this. Okay. February 25th, 9:47 a.m. This is defendant lobby, alright, but there's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? And where's Emma, for that matter? It almost seems as if something's been happening behind the scenes. Edgeworth. Knowing you, you've already figured it out. Who the owner of the lots of sevens ID number is. Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out. You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt on this ID record. Michael, sure, thank you for checking in. Hello, Spuddy Buddy, thank you for checking in. I do hope you're well, my friend. Thank you for the hydrate. I've got lemonade, so not very hydrating. How's everyone been? I'm sure you won't, sure. I'm sure you won't. Nice car. Perfect. A win's a win, right, Spud? Hold on, I'm just gonna check chat because I think I missed something. No modifiers or bonuses? Yeah, that's crazy work. Isn't there like a cheese you can do for it? It makes me giggle too, Cabby. I do love that redeem. The Mafia High for now. Oh yeah, there's a DLC, right? Did you enjoy it? I haven't even played Old Country yet. There's a cheese for it. How come we didn't do that, Rage? Or do you not like to do cheeses? If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt to remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True, not yet. In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling on the defendant. 5 minutes after trial starts, Lana will be found guilty. But she didn't do it. I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say. This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her. The truth? Everything goes back to the SL9 incident. Don't be stupid, today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past. That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened. I'll think about it. See you in court, Wright. Honestly, I'm not sure. I did UC13 and crushing wasn't the worst thing. I did expect 4 to be the most unbalanced thing. I'm actually surprised because I hear like it's pretty spicy on it. Well, I mean, I did I don't think I did crushing legit on UC1. I mean, I did the whole chapter skip thing. Yeah, to be fair, actually, no, I don't remember crushing being horrifically bad on UC1. Aside from that like sewer area, whatever it was, that was pretty shit. But yeah, I don't know if 4's that bad, so I'll definitely cheese on 4. I'm really the high from getting the leaderboard placement. Oh, gotcha. My bad, Michael. Hell yeah, though. This is it. If I'm ever going to find out what Chief Gant has on her, it's now. February 25th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Normally, this is when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make. Chief Gant. Oh, hello. Jump scare. Morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, G, been back to the pool yet? No, I've been drowning enough as it is in my work. Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I can top that. If you don't mind me asking, Chief, exactly what is this proposal of yours? Oh my god, Gant, come on, hurry up, I haven't got all day. Lana, that is to say the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. She wants to do what? Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. What's this all about, defendant? I'd just like to make one simple request and I'll be finished. Well then, what's your request? Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial. Uh-oh, some skeevy shit's been going on. Yep. Some fiddling's going on. Tasman, I could absolutely believe that. We can't be trusting those bananas, you know. I mean, the fact they're perfectly shaped to be a telephone does lend, you know, credence to your theory. I'm hoping I can stay at second for a while, but knowing how many people are going to wind up playing, I hope I don't fall too far. I believe in you, Michael. You got this. You got this, bud. Hello, GD. I do hope you're well. Huh? I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. No, Lana! You can't! Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea. In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services. But Lana... Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me. It has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I'd like you to render your verdict now, if you please. Well, the defendant certainly has the right to self-representation. The request is legally valid, although it is an unprecedented situation. Indeed, it appears there's no further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise. This can't be happening. It appears the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant. One moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. Come now, Worthy. I understand that this is a difficult time for you, but why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut, I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gant. What? Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes? Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you'd have me be. With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes. Some kind of deal, Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy. I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness. Oh, to whom? As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Skye. I request the court hears her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to continue. I don't care what you think, Miss Skye. The exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it'd be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it. Very well, the court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay if that's okay with you, Chief Gant. Worthy, you'll live to regret this. Mark my words. Miss Emma Skye, please take the stand. It looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins. No, Michael! How could you? Fourth is still good, though. Hopefully you can stay there. Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. My name is Emma Sky. My occupation, I'm Lana's little sister, and I want to be a scientific investigator. 2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark killings. Is this correct? Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant? Yes, it most certainly is. Well, okay then. You sure gave in fast. Now, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago. That is, yeah, I think what Rage said, yeah. Because you have to, like, unless you got premium, you do have to, like, well, you get automatically updated anyway. But, like, obviously the frequency of the updates, you know, if you have premium or not. But yeah, some I've just, like, manually updated. The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. 2 years ago. I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neo Marshall rescued me, and I'll never forget what I saw that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. It's a good thing you weren't harmed. I passed out. I don't remember much. That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder? That will soon become apparent, Your Honor. You've got to admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. No! No bully to Michael. Two years ago, the defendant was a detective at the police department, correct? Yes. She was second in command under Chief Detective Gant. My sister. She was the best detective ever. Yes, I remember. Chief Detective Gant and Miss Sky used to be quite the pair. I believe they shared the same office. That's right. I'd always sit at my sister's desk and dream about playing that organ. I wanted to play it that day too. The police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day. Lana promised to take me to dinner after she finished her work. A man. Yes, Joe Dark. He was a serial killer. Joe Dark was brought in for questioning on the day of that ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest. When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right? Upon fleeing the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran into Sky in Gant's office. There was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened the door to have a look. That's when I saw him. What was the prosecutor doing there? No worries, enjoy your studying, GD. Have a good one, bud. That day, there were two people present during Dark's questioning. Detective Damon Gant and Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Gant was there too. Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony. I assumed that would also be why he was the first to run after Dark. When Dark grabbed me, I thought I was as good as dead. And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in. I don't clearly remember what happened then. But can you tell us about that? Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark. Just then, the lights went out. The lights? It was just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on and lightning struck nearby. So the electricity went out. But wait a minute. If it was pitch dark in that room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right? Right, but just then lightning flashed again outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image of the scene in my mind. I see. I told the detective about what I saw then. The detective? Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case. Detective Bruce Goodman. The victim. So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago. Yes, that's what's so scary about this trial. And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw. Yes, but at the time, the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture. A picture? Yes, I think she mentioned that before. Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough? This picture the witness drew, I believe has a very important meaning. But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain the picture. Witness, would you mind if we added the statement to your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I drew a picture of that scene once, but it seems to have been lost. We actually have the picture. You drew a picture of the scene you witnessed, right? Yes, I wanted to do everything I could to help the investigation. I can still see it now, whenever I close my eyes. That's strange. I took over the case after Prosecutor Marshall died, yet I never received any picture. Perhaps the witness is mistaken? But if I did draw it, I swear. I'm not just imagining it. This picture Emma drew, that reminds me. I guess I should check the evidence again. Well, anyway, let's continue. This scene that imprinted an image in your mind, can you please describe it to us? The man. Oh. Well, I'm glad they actually bloody sent it now. Obviously sucks they've been sick, but they could have at least communicated that to you. Like a quick, unless it was quite serious, but like even a quick text message, you know, like a message would have sufficed, really. That must have been a real shock. Even now when I close my eyes, I can still see it just as clearly. Tell us, what were you doing at that moment? I believe you testified that Joe Dark was holding you hostage. When lightning struck and the lights went out, Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark, I was thrown aside and the two began wrestling each other. I'm pretty sure I was watching them. Emma doesn't have any reason to lie, but Lana sure does. I need to get Emma to tell me as much about this as she can. Where is it? Objection! Mr. Edgeworth, this little girl put all of her heart into drawing that picture. And yet you still insist on denying its existence? Huh? Hey, I'm not the bad guy. All I'm saying is that as the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture. That may well be, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold, this is the evidence list for the SR9 incident. Please turn it over, Your Honor. Turn it over? Turn it... Ah! What's this? Yes, what is that? Hey, that's it! That's the picture I drew. Indeed. Two men appear to be wrestling here. What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list? Me? Only the prosecutor in charge should have had access to that list. Huh? These lists, they're different from each other. What? It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence in that case ever reached you. What? What? I know. How could that have happened? It's almost like there was some trickery going on. Order, order. Who'd have thought the picture would have been drawn on the back of the list? That was handed to Detective Goodman in the questioning room. Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor, are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head. If the evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more of the drawing in the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list. Yes, that's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth. It's possible. Let's see. Is something wrong? Do you even have to ask? Oh, he's not happy. Sorry, Your Honor. There is something drawn in the back of my list. This is that thing. That's that thing. That thing that was dancing in the evidence room. Apparently, the head of criminal affairs used this for his blueprint. I guess he was out of scrap paper. The evidence list has been updated. Very well. Witness, will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago? Huh? Oh, yes, sir, Your Honor. What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she saw the picture. I know what it's about. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright all I could see was shadows. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw that instant. To think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind. Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw. Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder prosecutor Neo Marshall. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. I wonder if that's really the Blue Badger. Did you draw this picture right after the incident? I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything. During that time the detective team were reorganized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge, under the direction of Damon Gantalana Sky. 2 or 3 days later, the memory should still have been fresh in her mind. Excuse me, witness. But can you please tell us why this picture is painted all black? So at the time you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who'd come to your rescue? No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright, and I was knocked to the floor. You were knocked to the floor? Dark had a tight grip on me, but when Mr. Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed. Poor Emma. I'm just glad she wasn't hurt. What happened after the lightning flashed? You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place? No, I'm sorry. The flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this girl any further? What? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here. Anyway, this picture. This picture shows exactly what I saw that instant. Sorry for asking so many times, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw? Of course, this is the exact scene. It wasn't influenced in any way from your talks with detectives. Are you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright? No, of course not. I'd better watch out or he might find some way to cut my salary. I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives, so I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me. Mr. Wright, is there something that's bothering you about this picture? Huh? Oh, well... that's strange. She claims it's exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind, and yet... there's clearly a contradiction here. Is it a knife? Objection! No, okay. I'm getting messaged, but I'm ignoring it 'cause it's my lunch. The witness's statement is clearly faultier on it. No, okay. Objection! No, okay, I was hoping that maybe showing the Blue Badger side of it would have worked. What's the actual, stabbed in the back. Objection! I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture the witness drew contains a blatant contradiction. What? But I still remember it just like it was yesterday. Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. What part of this picture contradicts the autopsy report? Just where you're standing? I think it's this part here. No, I was trying to show. Yeah, because he's facing that way. I don't see what's so strange about that. That's because the drawing stinks. Oh my god, Mr. Wright, how could you? Oh my god, that's awful. You had to make an innocent girl cry. She wanted the death penalty. No, god. I was not expecting that. Not seen that before. Goober, thank you for the 125 stream streak, sweetheart. How are you doing? I thought you'd be getting more sleep than this. I thought you'd be asleep until like 1 or 2. I do hope you're doing okay. I actually have to be real quick because I need to check. I did get a message on Teams. I'm back. I told him to suck eggs because I'm on my lunch. Feel groggy after getting some more sleep? No. That's the worst, but that's why I don't try to nap. It's because that always happens. I do hope your grogginess will go away soon, though. I do hope it'll go away soon. Okay, give me a second. Hold on, I just heard the door. I'm back, sister. Kiddo and her dad's back. Parents back, even. In the house after being out for a bit. What's your plans, Goobs? Hope you've had something to eat, by the way, if you do feel up for it. I'm really sweltering. I guess it means I shouldn't shift the blame onto others. Yes, well, so long as the defense has learned its lesson, I better take another look at the autopsy report and this picture. I did look at that. I did flag that, didn't I? Mr. Wright, perhaps it'd be fast if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. What part of this picture? Yes, I was trying to point out that he's standing that way. Is it a knife? Contradiction, of course, lies here. Take a look at the knife the man's holding. Okay, but I thought it was the fact that, like, he was sitting that way. Gonna suffer the cheese hunt levels. Damn, imagine not streaming that so you can see you crash out. Take a look at the knife the man is holding. If you look closely, you can see the tip is broken. In fact, you don't even have to look closely to see that. But Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? Its tip is broken too. If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body. It was a conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Dark was the murderer. I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma. Huh? Where could you possibly see a problem? It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should not yet be broken. What's the meaning of this? Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand. Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. We literally explained why that is, because the tip's inside the body. Like, come on. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. If it's broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there. That's right. But what does this mean? The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation is the witness's memory is mistaken. That's why I asked her so many times if she was sure she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at the time, but she was sure she remembered correctly. But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency. Yeah, it's called dodgy fucking evidence. Not so fast, Miss Edgeworth. There's another explanation. Have you forgotten already about a little something called falsified evidence? You're treading on thin ice, right? All I'm saying is that this broken knife might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility. No. Ah! Damn, Edgeworth got nicked. Like, how could this guy forget anyway? He literally knew there was dodgy dealings going on, I'm pretty sure. I mean, Lana literally admitted it, like the last trial. Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted? Your Honor, please allow me to once again go over the events that took place the day of the murder. Moida. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. After receiving the King of Prosecutors Award at the ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Gant. During his questioning, Joe Dark fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and was killed by Dark. It is my belief that somewhere in this story, there is a lie. I'm not lying. The man really was holding up a broken knife. If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. There must have been another broken knife. What are the chances of there being two broken knives? Another broken... Yeah, okay, that's the award. Another broken knife besides Joe Dark's. Could there have been one? Yes, there is another one. If the witness is as adamant about the accuracy of what she saw, it can't just be explained away by simple observational error. Mr. Wright. In that instant, Emma really did see a broken knife. I assume, then, that you have some information about this other broken knife. If so, then please feel free to enlighten us. The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder. There's only one way. Take a look at this. Here's the real murder weapon. Here we go. The answer lies in the past. 2 years in the past. Right here inside this picture. This is a picture of the award ceremony. Ah, what is it, Mr. Edgeworth? It's the broken murder weapon. Notice the award Prosecutor Marshall is holding. That's a broken knife. As we earlier concluded, the knife in the picture is not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was in all likelihood this award. Order, order, order. Neil Marshall was awarded King of Prosecutors that day. As an award, he was given this broken shield and a broken knife. When he chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out this knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. This broken knife was the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation. But that can't be. Oh, and why not, Mr. Edgeworth? Because if the King of Prosecutors Award knife was the murder weapon, then the murder and the victim would be reversed. What do you mean? I mean... The man raising a knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oh. Oh, shit. Yep. Oh, it's getting spicy here. But the prosecutor's the one who actually died. That's true. What's going on here? Oh, fuck yeah. It's all coming back to me. I remember what happened now. It seems that Mr. Wright has been too eager to jump to conclusions. Wait. I remember now. I remember everything. Witness? Mr. Edgeworth? What is it? Could you show me your evidence list again, please? His list? The one with that picture scribbled on the back? The blue badger. Thank you. It's getting spicy here. I knew it. This picture. I'm the one who drew it. What? Thank you for the peppers. You drew that? That's right. The list wasn't torn in half at the time I drew this picture. Da, 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 da. Blue Badger is simply iconic. All this time been trying so hard to forget. I must have locked this part away deep inside me. I mean, the Blue Badger is that horrifying, to be fair. Perhaps it would be best if we added this to the witness's testimony. Would you please tell us what you've recalled, Miss Skye? Yes, Your Honor. First a knife mix-up and now the Blue Badger? This should be interesting. Emma's recollection. A recollection. When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed towards both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Yes, I fucking remember this. Just then there was another flash of lightning and that's when I saw the Blue Badger. He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. This is certainly most unusual. Try impossible. The head detective of criminal affairs didn't even design him until this year. That would mean he didn't even exist 2 years ago. Yes, well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. Stop, please, don't pursue this any further. Lana, what's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair. But you can't do this. I've already confessed to the crime. Why can't you just leave it at that? Chief Prosecutor Skye. We've already come this far. It's too late to turn back. And we're going to find out exactly why she does not want us to continue. Some bad shit's going to be happening. Silence! The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant. It seems we're finally getting to the core of the matter. Yep. Okay. When you say that man, I assume you refer to Joe Dark. Yes, at least I think it was him. You think? All I could really see were shadows. The power outage that immediately preceded the incident is also documented in the prosecutor's office reports. So then you... Why would he do something so dangerous? Or what else could I have done? He was about to stab Mr. Marshall. She seems convinced that Dark was the one holding the knife. That's what we just theorized. Mr. Marshall's the one holding the knife. Well, I didn't know that at the time. When that Dark guy knocked me down, all I could think was, I've got to help Mr. Marshall. What do you mean, you think? It all happened so fast, and I was in shock. I don't remember everything clearly. When I did, it's all kind of a blur. In a matter of just a few seconds, Miss Skye was almost killed and then she witnessed the murder about to take place. A little disorientation is only natural. I saw the man about to stab the other person, who I thought was Mr. Marshall. I knew I had to stop the man with the knife. What you did was very brave, young girl. So then, what happened next? Are you sure about this? Of course, see? I even drew a picture of him here. But, the head detective of criminal affairs fought up this hideous beast. That's harsh. And then that was just this year. The Blue Badger didn't exist 2 years ago. This is all quite, verifiable. I know it sounds strange. I was surprised too when I saw him at the police department. I had this nagging feeling that I'd seen him before somewhere. Now I finally remember. Oh, brother. Just when you thought that thing had caused enough commotion. Tell us, where in the room did you see him dancing? His shadow? So you mean you didn't actually see his face with its winning smile and all? That's right, but I still remember it. He had 3 creepy horns. This is pointless. But that thing couldn't have possibly existed 2 years ago. The witness must be mistaken. That may well be. But what's important is what caused her to think she saw what she did. Oh? And I suppose you have an explanation? If so, then by all means, please tell us what the shadow really was. What was it Emma saw when the lightning flashed? Who is this blue badger, really? It's the vase. The blue badger hadn't even been dreamed up when Emma drew the picture, yet she's certain she saw its shadow. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the defense's belief that on that fateful day 2 years ago, there indeed was something that looked similar to the blue badger, something that is now sitting in this very room. Mr. Wright? In this room? Very well, Mr. Wright. What is it that the witness saw in that instant? Please show this mysterious blue badger look like the jar. This is the part where, oh my god, this bit fucking, you have to align the jar perfectly so it looks like the fucking blue badger, and this took me ages before. So we'll have a go with it. The mysterious blue badger was in fact this. But that's... what exactly is that? I believe it's some sort of jar. But Mr. Wright, that doesn't look anything like the blue badger. Indeed it doesn't. As it stands now, it's just kind of a plain jar. However, what if we were to change our viewpoint? Our viewpoint? I've got to show them the correct angle to look at this from. Oh god. Was it like this? That? This isn't right. I've got to make it look more like the badger. Allow me to remind the defense its case hinges on the witness's drawing. If Mr. Wright can't match the shape the witness drew, then we cannot accept his claim. I've got to find just the right angle. Maybe I should rotate it vertically a bit more, or horizontally. Come on, Mr. Wright, you can do it. I've got to show them the correct... Oh god, okay. Yeah, this fucking sucks, so... Like, for me, it looks like it would have been, like... Not this? I don't think it'd be... Honestly, I felt like it would have been that. I think I've already done it like this. No. How the fuck do I do this fucking thing? I don't think it's like that. I think you do actually have to rotate it. This way? Oh, right. I think you do actually have to rotate it some... Did the other way around? I don't think it's ever going to be viewed from the top though, right? Is it not more like that? Cakey Dumpy Gang Gang, how's it going? How are you? Da, 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 da. That's gonna be it. That's gonna be it. That's gonna be it. There we go. Yes. I actually fucking did it without looking at a guide. Yes. Well, is this a miracle or what? You just woke up? Hell yeah. Did you get good sleep in? No one could possibly deny this jar's resemblance to the blue badger. Spud, I hate to tell you, but it's the afternoon. It's 1 PM. No one could possibly deny the jar's resemblance to the blue badger. It's morning when you wake up. No. It can't be. I got gotten there by the both of you. Order, order. The defense has proven its claim. The mysterious blue badger witnessed on the day of the crime was actually this. Although we all enjoyed Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point? What do you mean? So that badger thing was actually just a jar. That doesn't change anything. I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, this changes everything. Indeed? Very well then. Please tell us, what's different now that we know the witness saw the jar? The location, the murder weapon. I know how he was actually murdered, but I'm not sure that you do say it this early, but we'll try it. Allow me to take these in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar. Not only that, but she saw it at a very specific angle. Knowing this, where could she have seen this jar? Where? Location of the jar is shown in the picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on the shelf in the office of Damon Gant. And by the way, you can actually see the real murder weapon there. But the body was found lying near Lana Sky's desk. The witness testified so herself. Yes, and it is these two facts that reveal what actually transpired. You see, the struggle between Dark and Marsha did not take place in Lana Sky's office. It happened on the other side of the room in Chief Gant's office. Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body? From Damon Gant's office to Lana Sky's office? Yes. Why would he do that? There's no reason. Exactly. If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason. Do you know what that reason was, Mr. Wright? I finally figured it out. So this is why Lana tried to stop the trial. It's too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness's testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. I also want to save because I think it's either this part of the trial or the next is actually a trap that gets you a game over, so we're going to save just in case. Because you cannot present a specific piece of evidence. If you do, it's game over. So we're not going to do that. I think you do present the evidence, but like you have to do it at a certain point. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying? That would have had to have been the impact the man made when he was knocked into the wall. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. If the man was knocked in the direction of the shelf and the jar was sitting on, what would he have hit? Yep, the suit of armor holding a very sharp and dangerous looking sword. Yes. And since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying a broken knife, he'd have had to have been Neil Marshall wielding the prosecutor's award. No, Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking. Yes, there is another possibility for what actually transpired in that room. Another possibility. Of course the perpetrator would have had no idea, but nevertheless, I don't know if I can go through with this. Mr. Wright, what's the matter? If events took place as the defense theorizes, then the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Sky knocked away was actually prosecutor Neil Marshall. And there we go. What really happened? Yep. You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? No! Yep. I never imagined her testimony would lead to this. So it was the witness who took the victim's life, and then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented. What are you saying? I'm sorry, Miss Sky, but given the circumstances, Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin the crime on her? Imagine that coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body. Was to keep anyone else from finding out about what Emma did, wasn't it? I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me. Do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall? Evidence? Yes. This is the part where I think you can... So... This is a piece of evidence that you can show here, but I'm pretty sure it gives you a game over, so you don't do it now. I'm willing to bet you don't. Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence. If we don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony. I love how shot the judge. I know, that's my favorite thing. Like, I love the judge is like all in on these cases, you know? I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead. We certainly can't get dead people to testify. This has all been a wild goose chase from the beginning. I think if we can, what we'll do is just to see what it looks like. We can, we'll get to a point where it asks me to, like, just before I can show people what it looks like if you do show it. Like I said, you will get a game over for doing it, so I'll do a quick save. At least I believe it's that point you get game over, not if you leave it till... I think you do leave it till later. Okay. Touche, Miss Sky. Of course. But that only leaves us with one possibility. You mean there's still another possibility? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? I mean the possibility that the victim has left us a message. For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall not... Okay, no, this is the part with the jar then, okay. Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind a name the person who took his life, somehow. That's impossible. Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. A message from the deceased. Does such a message exist? I've got to think back to the court record. The real murderer's name that the victim may have left behind. I'm just going to try something here, because this is talking about the jar, but I'm not sure if you... Let's just see what happens if we say it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. No, there's no way a dead person could tell the murderer's name. Well, it looks like this is as far as we can go with this. Mr. Wright, you disappoint me. I never thought you the type to let feelings cloud your judgment. My feelings? If we overlooked the victim's message, one he would have written with literally his last breath, then everything would have been lost in darkness. Okay, so the game doesn't let you fail this. Perhaps that thing really is the clue I'm looking for. This is it. I can't afford any more mistakes. This message from the deceased is already in our possession. Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to prove my sister a murderer? Do not be mistaken, Miss Sky. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There is only one thing we seek, the truth. No matter how painful it may be. No worries, Keiki, enjoy. Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us the piece of evidence that conveys a message from the deceased, the jar. This is the message left by the deceased. This is that blue badger from before, right? Oh, is he going to speak the killer's name? If that thing could, I'm sure it would. It looks like everyone's forgotten this is just a jar. A message was left here, on the surface of this jar. What do you mean? If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood on the jar. It looks like someone wiped the blood away. Yes, but notice, for some reason the blood on some of the fragments were not wiped away. Yes, there is a line here, drawn in blood. So what you're saying is these dots were once lines. Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used the few precious moments left to him to leave behind a message. One that someone apparently wiped away. The blood must have seeped into the jar where the lines changed directions. Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points, and the victim's message become apparent. No. Mr. Wright, what kind of message did the victim leave for us? Your Honor, I believe these bloodstains reveal to us the answer. I've got to connect these dots to make letters. There's only one thing the victim would have written, given the circumstances, the murderer's name. Yep, unfortunately. It's defense attorney's duty to prove his client's innocence. That's why all I've been thinking about is saving Lana. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. Emma. So this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind. Of all people, she may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life was Emma Skye. Seaworthy? Can't say I didn't warn you. You fucking cunt. Chief Gant, do you understand the implications of what you've done? What? What are you talking about? 2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in that case, were you not? Ack. Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction. Look, I'm not even gonna try. I'm not even trying to say that. But Joe Dark really was a serial murderer. That's undeniable. I'm afraid that's not important. Didn't you know? We aren't defenders of justice. What? We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter, even if there wasn't any cover-up or evidence forgery. Ultimately, the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied. What's going on at the prosecutor's office? They might have sent an innocent man to his death. How can he just stand there like it wasn't his fault? Order, order, order. Order! Oh man, I fucking hate Gant. He's such a cunt. Pretty underrated villain, that one. Because, I mean, it's not really a spoiler. We all know he did at this point. Well, did the stuff with the Lana stuff anyway. Because we found out through his ID card and all that. The gavel's pounding fell on deaf ears, unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, no one knows. To be continued, and that's going to be me done for lunch. Shit is hitting the fan. Hopefully we can get this done tomorrow, but I'm not sure. Hopefully we can get it done tomorrow. I'd like to get this done tomorrow lunch. I can just stream like FF7 fun straight away. That'd be nice. That would be nice. But yep, that is enough drama for one day. Things are going to be really heating up. Right, who's online to wrangle? Yep, I cannot wait. Like I said, I'm really hoping, like, I will push really hard to get this game done tomorrow. There's still a lot of it kind of left to do. I will be honest, but... But we will do a big push for it. Because that means we can start Ever Crisis then. Like straight away on my evening stream. No worries, it's been my pleasure. Let's go raid Mr. Stubbs. He is playing Yakuza Kiwami 2, so unfortunately I cannot watch it. I've not played Kiwami 2. I'll be on, like I said, I'll be on tomorrow lunchtime. Because like I said, I really do want to get this game done. It'd be really nice to start Ever Crisis, well, first Soldier right away. So yeah, take care, folks. It's been a pleasure. Take care, Rage. Take care, Spud. Everyone, thank you so much for hanging out. Bye-bye.